analysts. For a look at the tech sector performance and the accelerating wave of layoffs, we have Yahoo Finance's Blikre and Dan Howley. So Jared, let's start with you. How is it all shaking up for investors?
Well, this year is shaking up a little bit better than last, and this is just pretty clear here with the NASDAQ 100. If you focus on the amount of dark green in the picture, that's going to give you an overall sense of the winners and losers, particularly the mega caps doing well this year. Alphabet, Amazon, Tesla, all up more than double digits. So is NVIDIA. But you take a look at what's happened over the last year. Let me find that. And still lots of red and dark red. And some of the biggest losers here are some of the biggest stocks. Meta, that's down 53%. Tesla down 55%, Intel down 42%, and you can see the mega caps over this time period overall doing pretty poorly. Now, let me just show you a chart we were just preparing with the help of Dan here. I was just preparing this. Now, the blue lines indicate the pandemic headcount growth, and that is in percentage terms. You'll see Spotify here, that's up 125%, Meta, Amazon, each up 100%. Now, the recent layoffs, that is in headcount drops. So Spotify only going to be about 500 of those there. So that's why you're seeing this small red rectangle. But Meta, Amazon, those are looking at losses of more than about 10,000. Alphabet substantially up there as well. So is Microsoft. So really gives you some perspective as to the layoffs that are happening in this industry. Now, I just want to go back to our tech screen one more time and dive into some of the industries. Now, the chip stocks, those are very much more cyclical. Those tend to be the traders' favorite. This is over the last year, but let me just show you what's happened this year. We've seen a great pickup in some of these cyclical names. We're seeing Taiwan Semi up 27%, NVIDIA up almost 30%, and you compare this board with the software board, and we can see still a lot of green here, but some red names, some of the legacy names like Cisco down marginally, Activision Blizzard down 2%, but for the most part, seeing software pick up as well, but not quite as much as the chip stocks this year.
Indeed, Jared. Obviously, investors happy with some of these cost-cutting measures companies are taking. But Dan, what about a breakdown for us on these latest layoff moves?
Yeah, we have Spotify. They laid off 6% of their workforce today, about 588 or so employees. But we also have the 12,000 that we had seen from Alphabet, Google's parent company, on Friday. We also have, in addition to that, Amazon. They lost 1,800 employees. Meta down 11,000. Microsoft down 10,000. Salesforce 9. Cisco 4. And then we have Twitter, obviously, with that 3,700 employees. That's a little bit different than the others. They're more kind of dealing with the Elon Musk purchase. So that's where those layoffs are really coming from. The other big tech names, that's more tied to the economy overall. But, you look at it, obviously, they're all dealing with the same economic impacts, but each company's telling a different story with these layoffs. Microsoft, obviously, the slowdown in the cloud growth, as well as slowdown in PC sales. Google with advertising issues, Amazon with issues related to the huge growth that it underwent as far as its consumer business, Meta with the continued problems they're having, kind of trying to get into that metaverse mindset, as well as the slowdown in ad sales. So while there are the overarching story is of layoffs, the underside is that each company is trying to deal with the economic situation in its own way, and they all have their own problems. The only company that you don't see on there is Apple. They haven't announced any layoffs yet, though there were slowdowns in hiring.